Hello everybody, it's me, Lindsay Star. Welcome back to this video. And yes, it's somewhat of a vlog, though I'm going to go to do some recordings. I'm probably going to be doing them wearing the same shirt, but I'm probably going to release them in a, I don't know, weekly thing. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about that. I'm going to plan this, but we'll be talking about is multi-channel networks, or shortly known as MCN, and I will explain to them into the videos. And the reason why I want to explain this is because you know, every time I'm hearing about, I don't want to be very mean about this, but every time I've been hearing about this situation going on the news about what's going on with the whole entire CBS situation, and it just made me think about Pocket Watch. And if you don't, and no, if you guys are thinking that Pocket Watch, no. There's a network called Pocket.Watch. Just search Pocket.Watch Network and you'll get to the information. And I'm going to explain to that much as I can, as well as some other networks that I have know about. And, you know, and the reason why I'm just saying this is they're trying to, and the reason why I'm saying this, even though they're trying to claim that they're not a multi-channel network, which they are, they're trying to aim at kids between 2 to 11. So the ages of ones like my step-grand cousin Elena and Lindsay and Philip DeFranco's older son Trey. Hey, so if you want to get an idea, just think about my step-grand cousin and their son. But I will explain much about this because how upsetting I am, because every time I'm about hearing about what's going on with CBS, I feel like they should investigate about Pocket Watch. And it's because, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't want to mention somebody, but I probably will be in the mentioning of him. And it's the reason why is because he was grabbed because, I don't know how to explain this further, but I guess he did not want to deal with Disney anymore because they bought out another network. And I don't want to go, and I know I'm going to continue on writing about this, but that will be in another video. But I just really want to talk about me. And I know you guys are mad at me saying, why didn't you stream, Lindsay? Well, I was still having issues of staying awake. I keep taking long naps. I get yelled at by my mother and stuff. And you know, but yesterday and today is getting me more better. And you know, and I find myself trying to get more sleep is really hard. But I mean, you have to understand where my mother's coming from, and others too, if they think it's bad, or if not, you know, then you know how it is. But anyway, so the weekend was really kind of nearly lame. We didn't get out much, except for yesterday. We had to go to the laundromat. Oh, and also I had to do Starbucks, 7-Eleven. That's ridiculous. It was crazy. It was just crazy yesterday. And the reason why I just saying this is because we had to get the laundry done, but we also had to deal with getting ourselves breakfast, and it went weird. And then of course, push comes to shove, when the weirdness had happened with going to Starbucks, is that we should have just looked at the menu before we went, because that's what happened. And then we had to go to 7-Eleven because my mother needed her newspapers, and not the one that is I can go all the way walking there, but we had to go to the other one, the older one, because it's crazy enough. And plus, my mother told me it's easy to grab the newspaper she wanted. Though I decided to get some more coffee, and Believe me, it was messed up, man. Anyway, besides of all that, you know, my mother and I started to talk while we were having breakfast yesterday, and she tells me there are different stages of coffee, about this, like, I believe one is like, she told me like one is the most expensive, then 2 is less expensive, and then 3 is the cheapest. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but we were talking about this, and I told her about, and she believes that, you know, me liking, you know, taste the Starbucks coffee, it's like at the best, as even though it's the most expensive, because they get it from other countries, and she is right. I mean, even though they get their coffee beans and they do a lot of work in their stores, and I know a lot of you guys will say to me, oh, that controversial coffee shop. I'm like, no, it's not been controversy. Although I heard some people are talking about trying to get rid of the straws, but they shouldn't be. I mean, it goes against to the American Disability Act of 1972, and the reason why I'm quoting that is because they're taking away those who are wheelchair bound, who are handicapped, who needs to have a straw to drink. And believe me, and I will mention this when I'm doing, you know, the Draw My Life, if my channel reaches 100 subscribers, and going through each milestone, because I will promise to do that for you guys if you want to, yes, I will furthermore talk about this, because what happened was, when I was attending these ridiculous schools, and one of them I ended up, and there was one who was in a wheelchair, and she has been, I guess, nearly almost most of her life. She, when she needs to drink something, she has to have a straw, and once, sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied about this. And once that happened, I mean, you know, I always see her drinking through a straw, and even though, as of today, I can tell you she is no longer with us, I heard from a friend, and, that she passed away, and I was like, damn. And she was nice, but it was sad enough that she ended up dying. I think I don't know what it was, but seriously, I mean, to say anybody saying we should get rid of straws, everybody should get rid of straws, how could we get rid of straws? I know it's because of the plastic, and because people are not fully recycling, but we shouldn't be getting rid of the straws, because of those who are in wheelchair, they're disabled, and they like to have straws bend and to drink. And I know there are people who are making straws to be reused, but would it work for those who are wheelchair bound and who needs to drink? You know, and it just makes me angry and upset. But that's what I'm just wanting to clear out, because, you know, and it's just breaks my heart people would not think about those who are among us. Anyway, so back to about the whole entire Starbucks thing. So my mother tells me that I prefer to, like, you know, I feel like I prefer to drink coffee because it's way better, and she's trying to tell me that I'm like a coffee snob. And, you know, and I understand where she's coming from, because, you know, there are different kinds of coffee that I want to feel, so I don't feel like I'm nauseous or anything, because especially when it comes to iced coffee as well. Like, for example, the iced coffee that I got from 7-Eleven that was French vanilla, oh, it was the same thing I had when I was younger. And I know I shouldn't have coffee when I was young, but you can't blame my mother. She had no problems, though. But anyway, and that was just from once a while to almost every day. But the reason I say that why I have issues with coffee is because, you know, I need to have coffee because even though I know somebody, like, I'm not mentioning who, said it's kind of bad, but the reason why is, you know, I just want to keep my morning nice and bright. So drinking coffee, especially iced coffee, because during the crazy hot summers, you know, I like to have good coffee. Make sure it's not too make sure I have stevia, and no lot of sugar and stuff. And I think right now I should be doing this also, is to have cinnamon in it. And I know you guys are thinking, why cinnamon? It's like going to make the coffee bad. No, it makes the coffee way much better. I mean, seriously. And plus, it has, I heard from my mother saying it's good for those who are at least diabetic. And I feel it brings out more the flavoring of coffee than whatever you can drink. I mean, and that's what happened to me this morning, because I had to go. I'm like, my mom's running off. She has to go to work. I want to have coffee, you know. I'll go down to the deli, even though there was something going on. And I believe that somebody is being a little bit lazy not to switch the sign to close to open, because if you guys are open, you guys need to be open. So make sure you have the sign switch. Anyway, so I had to get some coffee, and you know, I had to get iced coffee, and I also had to have some cream, the sweetened creamed, and with some, and of course cinnamon, and it made my iced coffee feel much better. And just after mixing around, you know, it just makes me feel better. And I believe my mother is right. I'm becoming a coffee snob. Even though I prefer coffee that is very good, but if it has to be coming from most expensive, sure, why not? It's just that I just want to have coffee to begin my day, you know, to feel nice and happy. And if you guys are wondering how the heck did I pay Starbucks, as you guys don't know, I have numerous accounts that I do use to cash out, to watch videos. Sometimes I do surveys, but the surveys are so boring. Unless you can have the time and patience, which I don't. You know, I will do and of course there's lots of apps that let you do that, and most of them do work for me, and they can do with you. I'll put them all down in the description down below so you guys can use it. Just be careful. I know there are apps like Fit Play, I guess. There are other apps, they do work, but if you're going to use PayPal, just use on one of them, because otherwise it won't work on all of them for some reason. I don't know why, and I wish I would know why. But I will put down all the links and stuff so you can try it out. And yes, most of them are for Android. I mean, I'm not sure about iOS, but I will make sure you guys have them all in, and you know, this is how it happened. Anyway, before I wrap this up, just letting you guys know, I promise you guys I will be streaming. I'm just also gonna have to put up new merch. my artwork slash merch, because what happened was I've been playing around with new art designs, because my old style just got a little boring, and suddenly when I started to watch a YouTuber who's doing this for her thing, I decided to try it out. Then, you know, I think a lot of people are liking this. So if you want to see that, if you guys want to check it out, link will be down in the description down below. Anyway, guys, that's it for me right now. I know I had to speak about some stuff, but seriously, I will be making some videos, but I will be streaming today. I just don't know how I'm going to do this, but hopefully you guys can join me. And that would be twitch.tv/MissLindsayStar. I know I didn't been there for at least a month, but I will be back to doing the streams, okay? So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, bye! Guys, it's me, Lindsay Star, and I'm pretty sure you guys